I receive tons of questions on whether you can monetize Google Earth Studio videos or not. Some people say, yes, it's fine, others say, absolutely not. Commercial use is forbidden and you'll be penalized or even go to jail. So today I'll show you what Google actually says, how creators, including myself, interpret Google policy in real life, and how you can decide whether to turn monetization on or off with much less stress. Let's clear the fog. So why this question even exists? Well, Google Earth Studio is a powerful tool. It's free, it's cinematic, and it instantly makes your videos look expansive. That's why you see it everywhere. Documentaries, history and geography channels, tech and science explainers, cinematic storytelling videos. But then comes the moment of doubt. You open YouTube Studio, you upload your video, you hover over the monetization toggle, and you're like, because Google Earth Studio never clearly says, yeah, go make money with this video on YouTube. No. Instead, you get vague policy language, and vague policies are dangerous for creators, especially long-term. So let's slow this down and decode what actually matters. So what Google explicitly allows. According to Google's Earth Studio FAQ and Geo guidelines, Earth Studio imagery may be used in research, education, film, non-profit projects, recreational or entertainment content. That already covers the vast majority of YouTube videos, such as tutorials, explainers, storytelling, or cinematic videos. Now here's a nuance most people miss. Google cares more about how the content is used than how it makes money.
Nice.
Meaning a video can earn money if it's not advertising. Ads running around your video do not automatically turn your video into a commercial if the purpose of your video is to inform, explain, entertain. It fits inside the allowed categories. That's why educational Google Earth Studio tutorials or entertainment videos are generally considered acceptable, even when monetized. It is even written in the goddamn Geo guidelines. But there's one rule you cannot ignore: attribution. This is the rule Google is absolutely strict about. On-screen attribution is mandatory, not optional, not I'll put it in the description of the video. No. You must show the attribution that comes with the rendered video, and it must be visible for the entire duration of the Google Earth Studio footage. This is where many creators accidentally, or not, cross the line. They flash the attribution for just, 2 seconds, or zoom in to hide it out of the frame, or skip it entirely. Don't do that.
Stop it.
Google Earth Studio gives you an inbuilt attribution option in the render settings. Use it. You actually don't have a choice, unless you try to hide it or remove it somehow afterwards. This single step removes most risks. Now, let's talk about what Google does not allow. Google explicitly prohibits using Google Earth or Maps imagery for advertisements, marketing campaigns, business or product promotion. And this includes all sort of real estate promo videos, company brand commercials, corporate sales, or pitch videos. Here's the simplest test. Ask yourself a question: is the goal of your video to sell something? Buy this, invest here, hire us, visit our business. If this is what you're doing in your videos, Google Earth Studio does not offer licensing for that by default, even if it looks entertaining, even if everyone else is doing it. Selling is the line. But what about monetized YouTube videos? And as I previously mentioned, here is where confusion really starts. Google never gives a clean legal definition of commercial use in documentation, but in practice there is a widely known distinction of educational or creative content that earns ad revenue, and again, as per my interpretation of Google policy, it is allowed to monetize such videos, versus content designed specifically to advertise or promote something. A monetized YouTube history video using Google Earth Studio shots? Fine. A science explainer? Also fine. A cinematic travel story? Usually fine. A real estate ad using Google Earth Studio flyovers? Not fine.
Surprise, mother.
That's why you see large YouTube channels use Google Earth Studio constantly, but they're not ignoring the rules, they are operating based on common sense and interpretation of the Google policy. And let's be honest, if Google wanted to shut this down completely, they could, but we don't see mass takedowns of educational Google Earth Studio content. That tells us something important. Google tolerates and likely expects creative and educational use of their content on platforms like YouTube. But tolerance is not the same as a commercial license, which means that creators still need to act deliberately. And I prepared the recipe of the safest way to use Google Earth Studio videos. And if you care about the long-term growth of your channel and low stress, follow this checklist.
Here it comes. Almost there!
Number 1. Always show proper on-screen attribution. You should not have any problems with that. Moreover, Google automatically puts its attribution on each rendered video. So the more correct suggestion would actually be to not hide the attribution in your video. Number 2. Frame the video clearly as educational, documentary, or entertaining. Then you should not have issues with monetization. And number 3, never ever use Google Earth Studio visuals to sell or promote a product or service. If your video feels like an ad, it probably is.
God, please, no! No!
And if you are unsure, either request explicit permission from Google. There is even the instruction with a link of how to do that on their page, where you fill in the form providing the details of your project. Or alternatively, you can always switch to the imagery license for commercial use. But of course, it will be quite difficult to find the exact video with the exact place you need. And also it will be probably difficult to find the web page where you can download this video. And I bet it will be quite expensive. But it's better to make sure that you're safe from the legal standpoint, because in theory, if you have a huge project, you violated the policy and possibly some of the laws, this may end up in court, and if your actions are treated as fraud and you are extremely unlucky, even in jail. So to summarize, can you monetize Google Earth Studio videos? Yes, if your content is genuinely educational or entertaining and properly attributed, and no when it's a promotional advertising without approval. Yes, the rules are not perfectly written, but the intent behind them is quite clear. And to go even further, if you want, leave a comment with the type of Google Earth Studio video that you're planning to create, and I'll help you evaluate it and advise what I think. Okay guys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content like that, and see you in the next one. Cheers!